Hi, Mister. This is the third part of my e-portfolio, which is for classroom management. The title for the third part is Teacher as a UDL Designer and Diversity in the Classroom. The first one is Students' Learning Styles. Okay, so to talk about students' learning style, we have to talk about the Universal Design for Learning, the UDL. The UDL is a framework that aims to optimize teaching and learning for all individuals, regardless of their abilities, disabilities, and learning styles. It recognizes that learners have a diverse needs, preference, and backgrounds, and promote the creation of flexible learning environments and materials to accommodate those differences. To understand the learning styles, it refers to a various ways in which individuals prefer to learn and process information. While they are different models of learning style, a commonly cited is the visual learner that learns through images, diagrams, and spatial representations. We have then the auditory learners that they learn best through listening and verbal instructions. The third one would be read and write, which learn through text-based instructions such as reading and writing activities, and kinesthetic learners that learn best through hands-on experiences and physical activities. So even though we have students that learn through kinesthetic kinesthetic uh, lessons, for example, physical activities using realia or role play to teach the students, I don't know, vocabulary or similar situation in real life using realia. Most of the students are visual and read and write learners because they feel more comfortable using or seeing things for them that are easier to understand. For example, on our last activity with Benjamin, we did an activity in which we showed two emojis with thumbs up and down and a picture along this emoji, and they understand what they had to do. For example, if the emoji showed just one thumbs up, that means that they like a TV program. If emoji showed two thumbs down, that meant that they hate that TV program. For example, I love films. I love films, but I don't like quiz shows. So most of our students in the sixth grade are visual learners and read and write learners. As I said, it is easier for them to try to understand what they are seeing. So even though we have students with autism and other disorders, as they used to call those diverse needs, we have a we have to provide information in multiple formats to accommodate different learning preferences. For example, when teaching a concept, use visual aids such as diagrams, videos, and infographics alongside verbal explanation. For example, if you are going to give instructions, try to give them clear and short because they can understand in an easier way what we are trying to do, or using body language to try to communicate with them what they have to do. And multiple means of expression offer various ways for students to demonstrate their understanding and skills. Allow options such as written assignments, oral presentation, or hands-on activities. Then we have my first academic reference, which is Universal Design for Learning. UDL is based on the premise that traditional curriculum is difficult for some students to access because these students have learning preferences and needs that differ from those of the traditional learners. Okay, so instead of trying to accommodate the students to the curriculum, we have to fit the curriculum to the student. Okay, so instead of trying hard to make the student learn through one way, we can use that curriculum and fit into the students' uh, learning preferences. For example, they don't know how to transmit or express their understanding and skills in a written form, but we can use it on a auditory form in which they can speak and produce what they know about, I don't know, using vocabulary, things they like and don't like. The second academic reference is research in the learning science and neurology has found that all learners, even those who come from similar backgrounds and have similar abilities, can vary greatly in how they approach learning tasks. Some of the students, even though they come from similar backgrounds, they have similar abilities. The way they can learn is way different from the other who lives, I don't know, in other community because in our classroom, the learning is diversified. Not all the students learn through kinesthetic or visual or using visual aids. Some of them can use read and write uh, activities or auditory activities, things like that. Then we have the third academic references, which is instead of seeing the variability of learners as being a challenge to overcome, UDL encourage teachers to ask, is the curriculum designed to optimize learning for all students? Asking this simple question, yeah, I mean, simple yet critical question, shifts the focus from viewing variability in the learner as the problem to recognizing that is the curriculum or learning environment that needs to be fixed. So we as a teacher have the task, a mandatory task that we have to create a specific environment for those students, even though we don't have the resources